the march. I've learned a lot from talking to people, and I just want to say thank you for everybody that I marched with, and thank you for everybody who organized this. What I think is really important about today and other events like this is that it brings together the local movements and the anti-war movement that in the United States. It is important for us to understand that the struggle against the war, against people at home and abroad, is the same struggle. They're not separate. A death at home is no different from a death abroad that the United States has caused. I'm trying to do this here, just a moment. You can teach an old dog new tricks, okay? All righty, let me, okay. I just want to tell you a little bit about who Code Pink is, because I've learned today that a lot of people don't know who we are. It's a feminist grassroots organization working to end U.S. warfare and imperialism, support peace and human rights initiatives, and redirect resources of all kinds into the healthcare, education, green jobs, and life-affirming programs. Stop that, you. By life-affirming programs, we mean investments in social programs that uplift human dignity instead of tearing it down. They are programs that meet human needs, not moneyed interests. And let me talk a little bit about Martin Luther King, because I think this is important to the message I want to bring, and hopefully I can bring brief. A year before the war, the year before Martin Luther King Jr. was murdered, he gave an historic sermon at the New York's Riverside Church on the profound connection between U.S. militarism abroad with violence and racial repression and widespread deprivation on the home front, with the recent passage of the largest U.S. military budget of $868 billion. $868 billion is what we just passed for a defense budget. It's why we don't have money for the things we need at home and for the good things we could be doing abroad. Stop that. It keeps going off. The budget of $868 billion amidst the deadly war in Europe, continuously associated by the escalated, I can't read, by the United States. King's message of, stop that, of pursuing peaceful ends through peaceful means is necessary today more than ever. And for those of you who need a definition or want a definition of militarism, it's very simple. Militarism means the glorification and the use of state violence and state terror, both, to maintain and to expand power and dominance. That is the policy of the United States at home and abroad. Oops, come on, stop that. And I just want to make 3 points. The first is that it's really important for us to realize the struggle at home and the struggle abroad are the same. The second is that just as we need to redirect funds from funding police and sheriff's departments and other departments like that at home, we need to work really hard to make sure that at $868 billion that's going to the U.S. Defense Department is reduced. We have got to work together to make sure that kind of spending at home and abroad changes. The second thing I want to say, and I want to say this without violating the contributions of those who have served in the U.S. Armed Forces, so with no intent to insult or denigrate people's experience, it is really important that we tell our young people that they must not enlist in the armed services. They must not enlist in the Marines, they must not enlist in the Navy, the Army, the Coast Guard, and all the other military services, because without soldiers there could be no war. If there are no soldiers, there can be no war. And it's the same at home. We need to defund the police department, and we need to move the services that the police department cannot provide and is doing badly. We need to move those to civilian control. And there's a third point, I gotta take a look. Aging brain here. Whatever it is, it can't be that important. I just want to once again emphasize that we all need to work together. There is no difference between the struggle at home and the struggle abroad. Thank you.